What is one of the most important things for you to improve on in your trading in 2018? Well, I think that may be your ability to read, understand, and trade around key levels of market structure. And in today's video, I'm going to try to prove that point even further. Welcome to the trading channel, guys. So for today's video, I've put together a few clips from our weekly market prediction videos throughout 2017. And these clips will consist of some of the times that we guessed exactly what the market was going to do using key important levels of structure, and doing so with a high degree of accuracy. This will just be a couple of months of those clips. If I get a good response to this video, I may upload the next 2 months as well. So make sure to leave a comment below this video if you like the video. Make sure to click that like button if you think this will bring some value to your trading. If you're new here to the trading channel, make sure you're subscribed to be alerted whenever we do come out with these weekly market predictions each and every Monday, and also to be alerted when we come out with other free educational content. I'm gonna go ahead and let the intro and disclaimer roll, and then we'll run through some of these clips. Welcome back, traders. The first set of clips we're going to take a look at is from our weekly market predictions on September the 17th. We had a winning trade on the Aussie dollar and nice analysis on the pound dollar during that week. So we'll play clips from that week, and then I'll be right back. And that's exactly what we got. So I'll go ahead and play a clip from last week's video showing you guys that prediction, and then we'll come right back to discuss the trading opportunity we took advantage of and the new key levels we're paying attention to here on the Aussie dollar. And as for support, if this market breaks back down, we'll be looking for support once more at the 0.788 zone. And if we break, all right guys, so just like we were talking about in last week's prediction video, we were actually right here on this candle whenever we said we may be looking for another push down into our support level at 0.7886. We got that nice push down, and down on a lower time frame we actually got a good reason for entry at that level, which has now allowed us to bank in over 100 pips on this Aussie dollar trade. So let's head down to a lower time frame and quickly play you guys a clip from last week's video where we were pointing all of this out. And then I'll come right back here to the pound dollar and we'll talk about what we could see next out of this specific pair. So let's go ahead and head to that clip. Now there's also a possibility that the market does not respect our analysis whatsoever and that we see this market head higher. As a trader, it's important to remember that we never really know exactly what's going to happen in the market. We just use our predictive analysis to give us an edge or an advantage over the market. So we could possibly see this market head higher. And if that's the case, then we'll be looking for long opportunities up into the 1.3430 zone. So if the market heads up and breaks above this previous level of resistance, then that's what we'll be looking for. This level here that we're at currently, the 1.3219 zone, will turn into support, and that's where we'll be looking for our next long opportunities on the pound dollar. And as for this pound dollar trade, all right guys, so here we are back on the pound dollar. We're on the daily chart now, and as you can see, that predictive analysis paid off quite nicely. We have our level of resistance here. That's the level we were talking about trying to get a close above before we saw a pullback into that red line that was now going to become support. We got that pullback and a rip by the pound straight up over 200 pips to that next structure level, and currently sitting around 300 pips above this structure level that we talked about as support. So that's analysis that paid off pretty well last week. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we can expect next out of it. So guys, as you can see, the Aussie dollar and pound dollar analysis playing off really nicely there in September. Now the next one we're going to look at is going to be on October 2nd. Some of the email analysis we had during that week played out pretty nicely, particularly some email analysis we did on the pound dollar. So what we're going to do is take a look at some clips from that week, and then I'll be right back. So what I'm going to do is actually show you guys a clip from last week's video where we were talking about what we could expect out of this market. So let's take a look at that clip, and I'll be right back to share with you guys what we're expecting out of this market in the future. We're at this support level, and there is another scenario where our bias reverses. So right now looking for long trades, but if we get a pretty decent close below that level, we're going to immediately switch that bias to short and be trying to take short trades all the way down to 1.3233 level here on the pound dollar. So that's what we're looking at here. So guys, this 1.3441 level is the level that we were talking about. If we got a decent close below, we'd start looking for reasons to go short here on the pound dollar. And let's drop down to a smaller time frame real fast and take a look at what we got. So this red line here is the level we were talking about, and as you can see, the market did end up pushing down from that level, closing way below it and pulling back into that level. Now, as I said, we didn't end up with a trading opportunity, but as you can see, that analysis played off quite nicely as the market pushed down towards that next level of support that we had pointed out. So the pound dollar analysis working out really well there on October the 2nd. And this analysis was done based around these key important levels of structure. And guys, that's why I'm doing this video, is because I want you to see the importance of these levels of structure and see that using them in order to filter out trading opportunities can really be beneficial. So we'll just go ahead and keep going with this process. The next trades we're going to take a look at are on October the 9th, and it's just going to be one trade on the dollar yen that we took throughout that week in our weekly market predictions. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that trade, and then I'll be right back. Here we are on that last pair on the dollar yen, and last week we actually had a pretty good trade out of this pair in the EAP Training Program that ended up being a one target winner. So what I'll do first is take you guys to that email that was sent out to all EAP members. Here's that email along with an entry, stop, and target that I set for each of these emails for the traders that are involved in the EAP so they can better understand what I'm looking at and how I'm trading in the markets. Now if we head back over to the dollar yen, you can see that that trade worked out quite nicely, coming up to hit our first targets right in here. Now why did we want to place a trade like this? Well, as you can see, this blue line here was a previous level of resistance. The market then broke above that level of resistance, pulled back, and made a new higher high. Since we made that higher high, what were we looking for? Well, we were looking for the market to continue and make new higher highs, right? Which it has done now. Now we have closed above this level yet again. And although we wanted to see a pullback all the way into this 111.92 area, we ended up getting an EAP entry closer to this area right here, which is how we took advantage of that trade and ended up banking in around 64 pips on the first part of that position before being stopped out on the second part of that position for break even. Along with that, guys, on the daily chart. So there was that dollar yen analysis and breakdown and the reasons we were looking for entries on that pair back on October the 9th. The next weekly market prediction we're going to take a look at is the one on October the 16th. In this weekly market prediction, we had a pretty good prediction come out on the euro dollar, which ended up playing out pretty nicely that next week. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that clip now, and I'll be right back. So we talked about this level being a level we were looking for a trading opportunity from in last week's video, and I'm going to play you guys a short clip where we are discussing buying opportunities from this level and shorting opportunities from this top level here in red in last week's video for those of you who did not see that, or just as a recap for those who did see it. So let's check those clips out and I'll be right back. Of course, we have the zone that we pointed out last week that the market's currently around, which is the 1.1665 zone. It's a level we'll be looking at for possible buying opportunities throughout this week and in the immediate future. If this market pushes up from the level we're at right now, our first stop for resistance and for a possible shorting opportunity is around 1.1875. That's where we'll be looking at for any type of sign that the market wants to move lower so that we can take advantage of that to the downside. So traders, we ended up with a nice bounce off of this level here that we talked about in last week's video, and then we moved right up to this next level of major structure that we were talking about in that video, and we had a nice push down from this level. Now on the daily chart, I know this does not look like much, but if we zoom down to a 4-hour time frame, this was actually a little over 100 pips we made so far on the first part of our position here on the euro dollar. As you can see, we ended up pushing up to... So the euro dollar analysis from October the 16th turning out to make us well over 100 pips on that specific trade. Next up, we're going to take a look at a few trades we had on the weekly market predictions video from October the 23rd. We had a dollar yen trade that worked out really nicely on October the 23rd. Then we had a dollar Swiss trade along with, so we're going to take a look at a clip from all three of those trades during the weekly market predictions from October the 23rd, and then I'll be right back. So I'll show you guys a very quick clip of last week's market predictions video where we were pointing out the 111.79 area on the dollar yen, and then we'll come back and discuss an entry reason that actually happened on a smaller time frame on this pair. So let's head to that clip and I'll be right back. All right, traders, so here we're on that dollar yen pair, and we're actually floating around a level of structure we talked about in last week's video for a possible trade to the upside. We're floating around a possible buying opportunity zone here on this pair. So for the immediate future on this pair, we'll actually be looking for a buying entry reason since we are floating around this zone. This zone means our conditions have been met, and now we're going to be waiting on our actual entry reason from this area to take this trade going long. Now there is a situation. So the dollar yen analysis from last week working out quite nicely. Market pushing all the way up to that 114 even handle, and if you saw last week's video, you'll know that that 114 even handle is actually an area of resistance that we were looking for to take a short position from if we get some kind of entry reason. So that's what we're going to be paying attention to. So what I'm going to do is play you guys a short clip from last week's video for those of you who didn't get to see that video, and also as a recap for those of you who did, where we were discussing this analysis. So let's check out that clip and I'll be right back. The dollar Swiss is now pushed down into a level of structure we talked about last week. We talked about this level as being a possible level that could support this market
Reason being because of all the times we have seen support and resistance out of the same level in the past. Look right here, you can see this level acted as resistance multiple times. So that leads us to believe that we could see a nice bounce off this level. And that's something we'll be paying attention to for the remainder of this week. We'll be looking for some buying opportunities here out of the dollar Swiss in this zone. Now, if we do get those buying opportunities out of this level, the next key level of structure we'll be looking at to take off targets and to possibly go short here on the dollar Swiss is at the 0.9873 zone.
So back on this current dollar Swiss chart, you can see that analysis worked out quite nicely, pushing all the way up to our next level of resistance from the area we pointed out in last week's video. And now that we've done that, we're actually at a level of resistance here around the 0.9873 zone. This is an area we'll be looking for shorting opportunities down on lower time frames. So something really important to remember, guys, so I'm going to play you guys a short clip from last week's video on the Aussie dollar, and then we'll be right back to discuss the analysis and some entry reasons that could have been taken advantage of out of this pair.
But now this market has pushed up into our next level of resistance based on this higher time frame chart at 0.7893. So that's going to be something interesting to keep an eye on for the rest of the week. Maybe we'll get a nice little pullback up into that level and an entry reason to go short out of this Aussie dollar pair. But for now, we have to change.
So as you can see, guys, this market did end up pushing back up around the 0.7893 zone and then immediately pushed down yet again from that level. Now let's head down to a smaller time frame.
So analysis on all three of those pairs working out really nicely on October the 23rd for our last clip. And as I said, we're just going through the month of October pretty much throughout this video because I didn't want it to be too long. And if I get a really good response to this video, then I'll be uploading the rest of the year for our weekly market predictions. But anyway, for our last clip, we're going to be taking a look at the weekly market predictions from October the 30th, where we go over the Aussie dollar weekly market prediction that ended up giving us a short trade opportunity that made some pretty good pips. And then we're also going to take a look at the dollar yen trade that gave us over 100 pips as well, based on the weekly market predictions video on October the 30th. So let's go ahead and check out that clip, and then I'll be right back.
Our next pair today is going to be the Aussie dollar, and here we are on that daily chart. Last week's analysis on this pair played out quite nicely, so I'm going to play you guys a short clip of last week's analysis and what we expected out of this Aussie dollar pair, and then I'll be right back to share this week's predictions on this pair. Expect throughout the rest of this week on this pair. So currently this market right below the 0.7819 area. If this market pulls back up and the body of that candle closes above that zone, then we'll be looking at this level as support. Yet if we close below this level, then we'll be looking at that level as resistance next. It'll be the 0.7819 level as the first level of resistance if we get to close below that level. And if the market pushes down from that level. Alright guys, so as you can see, here's that 0.7819 level. The market did end up closing right below that level, and we got that pullback on a smaller time frame right up into that level, and the market pushed down very dramatically directly afterwards. So last week's analysis playing out to a T here on the Aussie dollar. The dollar yen is another pair that we discussed in last week's weekly market predictions, and this is another pair where the analysis from last week's market predictions played out pretty nicely. Last week we discussed this 114 even handle as a level of possible resistance that we'd be looking for shorting opportunities from. As you can see, the market pulled into that area and has currently pushed down well over 100 pips from that zone. So I'll play you guys a short clip from last week's analysis on this pair, and then we'll come back to talk a little more about what we're expecting next out of the dollar yen. All the way up to that 114 even handle, and if you saw last week's video, you'll know that that 114 even handle is actually an area of resistance that we were looking for to take a short position from if we get some kind of entry reason. So that's what we're going to be paying attention to here in the immediate future on the dollar yen. For this pair, just as we were discussing a second ago, we're sitting right at the 114 even handle. This is a place we'll be looking for shorting opportunities throughout the week. And alright guys, so as you can see, the market ran right into that 114 even handle and has currently pushed down right at 100 pips from that zone. Now, what are we expecting next?
Alright guys, so there was the Aussie dollar and dollar yen analysis from October the 30th. Before you go, if you're someone who has tried a lot of free resources here online and you're ready to take some more advanced steps when it comes to investing in your trading education, then I just wanted to take this time to let you know that we're offering a 30% discount on the lifetime membership of our EAP Training Program at the moment, and we're also still offering a 50% discount, which is very limited time. Will probably only be 50% off for the next couple of days on our Advanced Pattern Mastery course. So if you're interested in structured trading like this and you want to take your trading to a more advanced level, or if you're interested in advanced patterns, then feel free to check out either of those by clicking the links in the description labeled accordingly. I hope this video brought some value to your trading. If it did, go ahead and click that like button, and make sure that if you're new that you've went ahead and subscribed, and click the notification bell to make sure you're alerted whenever we come out with more weekly market prediction videos, along with any other free educational content we come out with here on YouTube. I wish you guys the best of luck in your trading, and I'll talk to you in the next video.